Hey there everyone, it is December 2nd, I'm a little bit late, a day late than normal, and it is time for the November collection update. Again, this month I got way more than I was particularly expecting. I had 2 pre-orders that I was planning on getting, and some CDs, and one other thing. Everything else was kind of spur of the moment, random, by chance stuff that I found. Not gigantic, but it's more than I was expecting. So I have everything but wall scrolls again this month. We're going to start with CDs, and we will end with video games like always, because that's for some reason the most important. Alright, we will start out here with this CD. This is Requiem for the Indifferent by Epica. This is their newest album that was released last year, excuse me. This actually surprised me, this album. Wasn't quite what I expected. It's really good, but not quite what I was expecting. I didn't realize they had like growling vocals along with the female vocals, so that was interesting. So, best way to describe this is, if you remember me talking about Amaranth last month, it's like them but less poppy and more metal. So these guys are pretty damn fun to listen to. Definitely going to pick up the rest of their albums. Very, very good. Then we go on to a CD I was very, very glad to get because I actually listened to this not too long ago and wanted to buy the CD. That being The Land of New Hope, Timo Tolkki's Avalon. Timo Tolkki, or I don't know how to pronounce it because he's European, he is the ex-guitarist for Stratovarius, one of the biggest power metal bands in the world. This is his new project. This is the first, well, technically this is the end of a trilogy, even though it's the first CD. He just announced some of the people for the new CD, and I don't know where that's going to be in the thing, but very, very good album. A lot of the songs seem kind of mainstream, if you know what I mean. But they still have some really good songs on here, like Avalanche Anthem here, In the Name of the Rose, Shine, and I'll Sing You Home, and then the end, The Land of New Hope. And this is actually like the deluxe edition that comes with a DVD that has some drum stuff, recording. It's got the vocalist, the girl vocalist from Amaranth that I have like become completely obsessed with. But very, very good album. Can't wait to hear more from this from Timo. Then we go on to one of my favorite bands. I decided to pick up one of their other CDs, finally. This is The Divine Wings of Tragedy from Symphony X. It's the special edition, so it comes with a screensaver and a band interview. This is actually like a re-release of this CD, I found out. It was originally released in '97. This is the re-release from like 2000 and I have no idea. But pretty good album. Not my favorite. It's probably my 3rd favorite of the 4 that I've heard. The Odyssey is probably my favorite, then Iconoclast, then probably this one. But Divine Wings of Tragedy is 20 minutes long. Look at the timestamp on Divine Wings of Tragedy. 20 minutes and 41 seconds. Yeah, it's a good song though. Good song, good album. This is based on, Divine Wings of Tragedy is based on Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. Very good album, a lot of fun to listen to. The sound isn't quite as good as their other albums, but that's because it's from '97. Their audio wasn't quite as good, but still a fun album to listen to. Then we go on to the one album from this month that I have yet to listen to, and I'm probably going to end up listening to it here today after I finish this video at some point. And that is Waiting in the Wings by Seventh Wonder, progressive metal band from Sweden. They're more commonly known now. They're pretty big in the community of progressive metal fans. They're pretty big. I actually get to see these guys at Prog Power next year. That's why I picked up one of their CDs. But this CD, they're playing a different CD in its entirety next month or next at Prog Power. But I wanted to pick up this album because of the second song here, Taint the Sky, is one of my favorite songs right now. So I picked this one up first because this was the only album that was really expensive on the internet, and then all of a sudden I found a listing for it, or a thing on Amazon for it, for like really cheap, and it was from Oregon, which is where I live. So I got this in like 2 days. Very good to have this album. I cannot wait to listen to it. Their lead singer is actually the lead singer for Camelot, a more popular band. So yeah, and he sounds completely different in the two bands. So we will see how good this is. And I'm definitely going to pick up the rest of their stuff already, because the little that I've heard of them I really like. But yeah, I can't wait to listen to this one. Then we go on to Sabotage. I talk about them a lot. Well, I got 2 more of their albums this month. I will zoom out a little bit here. I got Edge of Thorns here, and Handful of Rain here. Handful of Rain, I think, has one of my favorite CD covers ever. I don't know why, but that just looks cool to me. In fact, these 2 CDs actually come chronologically. This one comes first, and this is the next album after it. Handful of Rain is also one of my favorite album titles. You just don't expect something like that. Edge of Thorns is alright. The song Edge of Thorns on here is amazing. Other than that, it's a pretty okay CD, not one of my favorites. We'll go on to this one, though, because I actually have a lot to say about this one. First of all, this isn't the original release of this CD. This is a import from Europe. That comes with 2 bonus tracks, and that bottom track, Believe There, is one of my favorite songs probably ever. And it's an acoustic version with their other lead singer, Zach Stevens, the deeper voiced guy, and chills down my spine. That's all I have to say. But this CD might actually be one of my favorites of theirs. Next, in fact, it's probably my second favorite, next to Wake of Magellan. Very, very good CD. There is not a bad song on this CD, honestly. For a follow-up CD right after your guitarist dies, this is amazing. This CD was originally released in, I think, 1994? Let me check the guide. I thought it was 94. Because Edge of Thorns here was 93, so it's like 94 or 95 this came out. Handful of Rain, yeah, somewhere in the mid-90s, I'd say. I'd say 94 or 95, because, yeah, it'd have to be 94, I think, because the next album, Dead Winter Dead, came out in like 96, but one of my favorite albums from them. This one and Wake of Magellan, at this point, I would suggest to everyone. Then finally, for our last CD/CDs, if you want to get technical about it, I have my favorite band, and I saved this for last, of course. This is Dream Theater, their new live CD/DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you want to call it, Live at Luna Park. This is actually the DVD, or excuse me, the Blu-ray and CD combo. Go ahead and open it. And then it just keeps opening. And then, but anyway, it's 4 discs, excuse me. This is a Blu-ray, and then these 3 discs are CDs. All I have to say about this is this, to me, makes up for the piece of crap that was their most recent album. This live, it's amazing. I've been waiting to see live renditions of most of their songs. I mean, I got to see them perform some of them, but there were a lot that I didn't get to see, like Breaking All Illusions and whatnot. Really, really nice to have this, and there's some documentary stuff, which is really cool. There's only one thing that I found that was weird, is it feels like, well, first of all, this was delayed like 6 months for some reason, and they said it was to let out a better product. I have the hiccup, sorry. But what it feels like is something happened with the audio, like either it got damaged or it didn't sound right, and they like re-recorded it or did something, because a few of the songs, it doesn't quite sound like they're live as compared to the rest of the album. It just sounds like it's, unless it's the way they recorded it, like, it's hard to explain. You'd have to watch it to understand, is the best way to put it. But it sounds great. It doesn't, it just, that part just sounded weird to me. Other than that, it sounds fantastic. And everybody does a great job on this. Labrie frickin' nails it for the first time in a long time. He sounds fucking awesome. Great, great, great little thing I have here. So glad that this to me makes up for everything. Yeah, definitely happy to have that. Alright, then we will go on to video games. First of all, I did get a few games on Steam. Steam is actually in the middle of a what is it? Fall sale right now, and it's a spring sale on the other side of the world because like the menu's all upside down. So it's in the middle of it. So there'll be some. If I end up buying anything tomorrow, it'll be on, because tomorrow's the last day. If I end up buying anything, it'll be on this next month's thing. But I don't know. There's only a couple of them this month. Before the sale even started, I picked up Worms Reloaded. I actually picked that up because I've wanted to play that for a little while, and it was really cheap, so I bought a 4-pack, or a 3-pack. No, I bought myself the Game of the Year collection, sorry. I got myself the Game of the Year, which was all the DLC, and then I got 2 more copies of it for one of my friends and my girlfriend, so me and her could have something to play together. I've actually played it, and it's pretty good, it's entertaining. It's not something I could play constantly, but it's something me and my girlfriend can play every now and then. Another game I got multiple copies of was Sanctum 2. It was on sale during this fall sale, and I saw that a 4-pack was less than $10, so I'm like, okay, I'll buy 4 of them. I got myself a copy. I gave a copy to my friend Jeff, because he's the one who bought me the original Sanctum, so I'm like, here, you get the second one. Then I bought one for the guy he lives with, Brandon, because he's also my friend, and they can play it. And then I gave the last copy to my girlfriend so we could play something else together. Woohoo, I'm awesome. The first game was pretty good. I want to try out the second one to see what they did and if they made anything better. Then I picked up the new Slender, finally. Slender the Arrival. I've seen a lot of people playing this game. It looks really fun, and I haven't gotten around to it, but I will play it eventually. Definitely, because I played a lot of the original Slender. And then finally I picked up the remake of Mickey Mouse's Castle of Illusion. If I remember correctly, I loved playing that game on Sega Genesis. I just can't quite remember if it's the game I think it is. I could be wrong. Might be a different one. But if it isn't, whatever. I paid pretty cheap for it, and it's a good game, because it's pretty sure it's... Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it anyway. But yeah, that's it for Steam games I got. Then we go on to the physical copies of games. To start things off, I believe it was at the beginning of the month, I went into my retro game store, the normal one I go to, and I saw a bunch of boxed games that somebody had sold. Unfortunately, because of my stupidity and niceness, a couple of them got taken away while I was there because I pointed them out, but I was able to have them hold a couple for me until I got paid, which was 2 days after that, and I went and picked them up. But the day I went there, I was able to pick up one, and that was... the boxes aren't necessarily in the best shape, but you can't always win with that. But anyway, first thing, I got Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color in the box. I remember playing a lot of this game back in like elementary school, and in the box it was pretty cheap. It was really not that expensive at all. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the Pokemon card here. It does not have that, but what do you do? But here, I might as well unbox it. Got the game here. And then you got the little booklet and the Game Boy booklet. And then for some reason, it also came with the actual guide to the actual trading card game, which is frickin' awesome. That's so cool. But definitely happy to have this. I actually have this game already, but in the box, and it was really cheap. I was like, I am not turning down anything Pokemon if it's in the box. Are you kidding me? There we go. Alright, then we go on to the games I went and picked up later. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories in the box for Game Boy Advance. I love Kingdom Hearts. I have I already have this game, but the game's right there. I'm not going to bother taking it out. But here's the guide and stuff. So I already have the game, and I have the remake for PS2, but in the box for really cheap, as I said. Why not, you know? But definitely, I prefer 1 and 2. But, you know, you can't go wrong with this game. And I already have a copy, so it's like a display copy. All of these pretty much are going to be display copies, except for one of them. Then we go on to the only not handheld game. GoldenEye 007 in the frickin' box. This was one of the big ones for me. That and the next one. GoldenEye 007, another game I already have. The only bad thing about it is it doesn't have the cardboard thing, but it has everything else. Oops. There's the cart and the guide. I think there's supposed to be a Nintendo thing with it, but here's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to do something nice. So here is my piece of shit WCW Mayhem game in the box. I'm going to do this, because I don't care about this game. I'm going to take the cardboard from that, stick GoldenEye in there, stick it in the box, and put the guide in there with it. Because technically, it's not the original box that came with the game, but it's from an official N64 game, so who gives a crap? And there we go. It is now complete in the box. And fuck WCW Mayhem. There we go. And that box is closed. Okay. But, there we go. GoldenEye, great game. Pioneered first-person shooter. Crazy that I found this in the box. But, wow. But, anyway. Great game. Happy to have it. Then we go on to the big one from, this is probably one of the biggest games I got ever. This is one of my bigger pickups for me, because nostalgia. But that is Pokemon Silver in the fucking box. I never expected to find a Pokemon game in the box. When I went there, the day I picked up Pokemon trading card game, not only was there this, there was also Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red in the box. And apparently earlier in the day, somebody picked up Fire Red in the box. This and Silver, or this and Yellow were next to each other. I pointed these out, and somebody who was picking up the newest games, Pokemon X, she pointed out, oh, I love Yellow, I'm going to pick that one up. And I'm just like, okay, look, that's fine, whatever, I can deal without one of them. Then I look down at the bottom shelf and Red's there, and I'm like, hey, look, Red, and she's like, oh, I'm going to pick that one up too, and I'm like, shit. It's the second time my big mouth has screwed me over a little bit, but she didn't want Silver, and Silver is the first game I ever played in the Pokemon series. I still have my original copy, just the battery's dead, and the battery in this one isn't dead. I've tested all. I test all these games before I do anything. But yeah, there was no way I was turning down one of the games I was missing in the box, even with how expensive it was. I will come out and say this was $40. Complete in the box, and I am entirely okay with that because the game's in here. The box isn't in the best of shape, but you can't always win. Game, little thing for the Pikachu Nintendo 64, Nintendo Power Player's Guide, offer, the guide for the game. Yeah. The only thing that's missing is the Game Boy thing, which is right here, actually. Game Boy thing. But yeah, I cannot even believe I found this game in the box. This is, oh man, like I was, oh, you don't even know how happy I was when I picked this up. This is probably one of the biggest pickups I've ever gotten game-wise, next to Final Fantasy VII, and that's about it. So this and FF7 are probably my two biggest video game pickups for me. But definitely happy to have this. I am now only missing X, X, White 1, White 2, and Sapphire because my fucking copy was fake. But Oh my god, I can't believe that I found this. I'm so happy because Lugia is one of my favorite Pokemon too. And just the nostalgia from this forever. Wow. Okay. Now that we're done with nostalgia, we go on to my 2 pre-orders. I will start with this one. Super Mario 3D Worlds for Wii U. Zoom out a little bit. This game is actually really fun, and I think it's one of the better Mario games to come out for a while. Definitely better than the other Wii U game, Mario U or Luigi U, and probably even better than New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yeah, it is. It's way better. It's kind of in the same style as the 3DS game, which was really good also. Definitely enjoy this game, and the new cat suit is so much fun. You can climb walls and stuff, and you can actually choose, even if in one player, if you want to play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Toad. Everybody but Toad's fun to play as. I can't stand playing as Toad, but really fun game. Probably the best Mario game to come out since Galaxy 2. It is, honestly. It really is. Great game. I'm not quite at the end yet. But, oh yeah, then there's the whole little cherry thing where you can get more than one Mario. You can get up to like 5 or something. But very fun game to play. I'm going to beat it eventually, definitely. Good game. Great game. But then on to my big happiness, awesome moment for my month. That would be this. A new Zelda, of course, would be the greatest thing in the world to me. This is Zelda: Link Between Worlds for 3DS, a not direct sequel to A Link to the Past, but it's in the same place. Basically, the first temple you play through is the first temple from Link to the Past. You're not the same Link, you're a different one, and you can walk in walls and stuff. But fun game. I haven't played nearly enough of it, and I will because it's Zelda. But cool thing, when I talked about Wind Waker HD and those guides that I never had, I actually decided to pre-order the guide for this game. Zoom out all the way that I can. Well, we're at the edge of the table, whatever. But this is the guide. Again, nice gold trim. And this little lithograph thing here of the Master Sword in its pedestal. I like that picture. I'm going to keep that off to the side here. But really nice guide. It looks kind of the same as Wind Waker. Very excited to have this. This game is going to be fun because it looks beautiful. So the only unfortunate thing is when this game came out, they actually released like this limited edition like chest of guides that had, I believe, this, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, Skyward Sword, all in these nice little guides here. And I'm like, damn it, if only I could afford that. But I can't right now. I can't quite afford $120 right now. So, but really fun. And Zelda's always amazing. So I look forward to actually beating this game. Yes, we will go on to one extra thing that I picked up this month, because when I pre-ordered the guide, because I'm a GameStop Power Up Rewards member, and because I pre-ordered it, I got a discount, so I got some money back when I actually picked it up. So I ended up having a little bit extra money, and I ended up picking up this there. This is a Chessman doll. Kind of weird, but I like Chessman's the starter I started with in X and Y. So I picked Chessman. The only other ones were Froakie and Pikachu looked terrible, and I haven't even really used Froakie, so I can't really say much. But it's really cool to have this, because it's Pokemon, and Pokemon's awesome, so glad to have this. Yes. That's it for this month's collection update. I will definitely see you next month, because it's Christmas next month. So I will be getting some stuff there from everybody, and there's also a huge sale on Steam every holiday, so I'll pick up a bunch of crap for myself. Yeah, and there were actually 2 more CDs that I ordered with the last batch here, which was, this is actually 2 different orderings of CDs. I believe it was Seventh Wonder and, yeah, it was a Handful of Rain. So there's still 2 CDs that I'm waiting for that got delayed or errors that I got. I got refunded and I'm getting both CDs for free, which is really cool. But hopefully they'll be here sometime this next month so I can show you them, because that would be awesome. But we'll see. I will probably have a little bit of everything next month. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next month. Later.